What it do? Crispy crew. I ain't gonna lie. I felt like I just needed to record a video today. And it's mainly going to be about J. Cole's new up-and-coming album, The Fall Off. Now, for those who may or may not know, he's, well, recording and releasing an album called The Fall Off on February 8th. The reason why this is important, or at least to a nigga like me, why it's important, is because I believe this is going to be the renaissance of hip hop, or the new renaissance of hip hop. I genuinely believe that hip hop is entering an area where people think it's dying, but I don't think that it is dying. I think that it's pushing out the people who have been being vultures on our culture for way too long at this point. I really don't like that my glasses reflect the OBS right now. This is very hilarious to me. But no, I do believe this is going to be the renaissance of hip hop. Ever since Kendrick Lamar dropped the album or the song, um, Watch the Party Die, um, there's been a lot of discourse in hip hop where people have been talking about mainly how hip hop is in a weird space, mainly about how hip hop is in very weird talks in terms of, I don't know, it's dying, it's not about the streets no more, and this, that, and the third fact that really all hip hop is calling for is for people to be lyricists again on a mainstream level. In the underground, you can do a lot. You can do a lot of things. You can do almost anything. You can basically make not hip hop and call it hip hop, and they'll fly in the underground. Mainstream since after the Drake and Kendrick beef has subsided, people no longer want to hear about watches and jewelry. They don't want to hear about how many guns you told, or at least if you're gonna rap about it good. I think that's what the mainstream is asking people to do now. If you're going to rap about that stuff, at least make it good. Yeah, editor Dev here. I also want to point out the fact that a lot of people are sharing bars. You probably heard the famous Kendrick line, a lot of y'all sharing bars like y'all sharing a bunk in a two-man cell. And unfortunately, that bar came out in 2015. It is 2026, and the bar still applies today. I felt like that's also a very important thing to note as well at the current time being. A lot of people have not been able to rap creatively in a very long time. It got to the 2016 XXL freshman class, which nothing to hate against them. But at the time, and some of them still to this day, not all of them, but some of them still to this day, show that they're not necessarily good rappers, like lyrically. And I think that's kind of the main thing that people are trying to get at is that people want hip hop to be rapping again. And not obviously the rapidy rap Joan, because if that was the case, Killer Mike would have been platinum yesterday. But we're starting to see a rise in the need for lyricism. That's why Clip's album recently has done amazing. That's why Kendrick Lamar album GNX has done amazing. That's why J. Cole's album, in my personal opinion, will also do amazing. But I also think that it was going to do amazing for outside of numbers reasoning. I think that J. Cole genuinely might, who already has the potential to make an album that is more important to hip hop than the last 5 years of rap music that we've heard in ages, is going to set the status quo for what people want to hear once they hear an album, like, because like, people don't understand the 2020s brought an entirely new generation, an entirely new audience of people listening to hip hop and rap music. It's like J. Cole, who is dropping his final album. If done right, he has the opportunity to make this the best album of his career, but also the best album of the decade. And that seems like a very high expectation, but that's what J. Cole has been teasing for the last 10 years. You gotta understand, he's been teasing the fall off since KOD, everything on the table. And just looking at his fucking latest trailer for the album, I guess he's rapping his entire career in reverse. So either way, he's already showing much lyrical prowess that we've already known and loved from J. Cole. And I just want to see much more of that. And I'm hoping that we get a whole 25 track list plus skits of just that. And I'll personally be listening to this on stream because I can already guarantee that I'm not going to be as disappointed as if I as my listening to the ASAP Rocky album. Being said, if you like this video, be sure to subscribe, or don't. I'm kind of just, this is kind of just my digital whatever at this point. Follow me on Twitch. I stream a lot there, especially a lot of just yapping streams. So pull up for that. In the meantime, y'all have a good one.